every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets the opportunity to share with the group or enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves. The member can use the time to problem solve or seek assistance or advice from the group as a collective. The time is theirs to use however they would like. Since we have Kiara in, and she holds the record for the most amount of people she can get turn up to a meeting when she speaks, I'm just going to throw her in under the bus for everybody, because I know that you kind of have two sort of things going, but I want you to tell us about Assaggio. So jump in, tell us about Assaggio, because next time I'll get you to tell us about the other Italian experiences. But I think Assaggio is great, and it's something that I'm going to practice more of on Sundays with the boys, to get back into that habit, to have them learn something this year, preferably cooking. So their failure to come up with a plan to learn a skill this year means that I pick, and cooking is it. So Kiara is, she's over here in Australia at the moment, but she's part Australian, part Italian. She has this fantastic website called Experience Assaggio. She's going to tell you what it is. But basically, she goes and finds, she started with her grandmothers, so she goes and finds Italian grandmothers and videos them cooking meals, so that then has it on a website so that we can learn how to do traditional Italian cooking. It is super cool. So you can technically share screen in regards to putting the website page up to show people about it. But I'll leave it up to you. You've got a few minutes to tell us. So I just want you to tell us your elevator pitch saying Assaggio. So what it is, how much it costs, generally who signs up for that, and then how you came about doing it, why you did it. Stop talking, we'll have questions.
Okay, well, thank you, Misty. So as Misty said, by the way, great idea teaching them to learn how to cook, because then you get meals all the time. So good idea on that point. But basically, my name's Chiara, and as Misty said, I have a website that's called Experience Assaggio. My mission is to save Italian traditions, and one of the ways I do that is by offering online experiences with Italian grandparents. So not only grandmothers, and also grandfathers. And we've got our first cooking one with a solo grandfather coming up. So essentially it starts at $10.99, and basically that gives you access to a collection of online experiences, from cooking to gardening to Italian traditions like card games, and essentially it's a way for you to immerse yourself and have a bit of a taste of Italy wherever you are online. So the experiences are designed to be followed step by step. So basically you kind of like put on the experience and you can follow along and see how they prepare traditional recipes. I'll take the opportunity to share my screen so you can have a quick little look at how it all works, and then if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. So I'll just, can everyone see this? Yep, perfect. So essentially it works that you come in and you can have a look at the website. You can learn a little bit about why I've done it. And essentially it is to document all of the traditions of grandparents. Very strict on grandparents. A lot of young people have asked me to participate, and I've said no, because we need to capture the grandparents, because they're the ones that have that rich experience that we don't want to lose. So once you come in, you can click experience, and then you're invited to the table with us. I'm talking. And basically what you do is you select the category you want to explore. So we've got recipes, gardening, and traditions. So if you click on one of them, it'll open up a page and show you all of the recipes you can choose. You can also browse by all traditions or the specific categories. And once you do that, you click on Get Started, and it'll invite you to join the table and subscribe to support the mission to continue. I'll stop if anyone has any questions.
It's really cool. Like, I'll just tell you now, the first one that I did, it was spaghetti and meatballs, basically meatballs and tomato sauce, and I don't even remember how to say it in Italian.
Fugo.
That's it. Yeah. I've been introduced to passata, just so that you know. It's kind of, to me, it's a combination between, I don't know, crushed tomatoes and tomato paste, but it's creamier, and so I've discovered that. But Jack and I did it. It was over a year ago now. It was when you first had it out, and Jack and I were in the kitchen, and it's so funny because Kara's on the video cooking with her nonny in the kitchen, and her nonny's speaking half Italian, half English, and she's cooking, and I'm saying to Jack, rewind, like, what happened there? What happened there? It gets to a point where Jack says, you know what? chuck it all in. We'll find out what it tastes like and we'll adjust it next time. Chiara also has a playlist that goes with it that says you can listen to the Italian music as you do it. Okay, I can't do that. I can't listen to anything while I'm trying to listen to your nan teach us to cook. We had flour everywhere. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And then we all sat down to an Italian lunch. We had a Sunday lunch and invited one of the guys from up the street. You know, why don't you come over? You live by yourself. Why don't you come over for lunch and we'll see how it all turns out. And Jack say they were the sauce was the most amazing thing he's ever had on pasta, whereas I had Noah say he really liked the meatballs more than anything else. And I've thought the fact that you both liked something in the dish, it was amazing. So yeah, they loved it.
Bonnie meatballs made it on the radio, by the way. So
say again.
Those meatballs made it on the radio, so they're like famous. Nonna was so happy.
That's so very cool. I've tried the meatballs again without the recipe, just from memory. I can do the sauce without from memory, but I've tried the meatballs without, and then I'm going, there's something missing. You go back, and you go, oh yeah, the garlic. Oh yeah, the parsley. Oh yeah, the breadcrumbs. Oh, the egg. I was like, all of it. Yeah, we should follow the recipe next time. All right, Bonnie, you've got your hand up.
I just wanted to say that the delight of my life was to go to Italy and take cooking classes. And so I can't wait to look at your website.
If you have any questions, just reach out.
Yeah. Absolutely. I got a little cookbook. It was in 2006. And I still make ribollita soup. And I give that recipe out all the time. It was the one thing that I do over and over again. It's just so lovely. So I'm so excited to go to your website. Is it in the chat?
It should be. I'll put it in right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions or comments for Chiara? Yep, Lucia.
Yeah, I've got a question. So, Chiara, with the people, so it's in Calabria. I noticed that you're actually in Calabria when I looked at your website the other day. Is that right? Northern Calabria, yeah?
So this is the new website. So I've got a new website now for in-person experiences. So our Saggio's all online. But yes, in-person experiences, it's kind of like a second kind of big sister, I'm calling it. And basically it's an opportunity to go and connect with locals in the Northern Calabria region for those authentic experiences.
And can you nominate people for you to go and do that with? I've got a couple of relatives in that area that would be absolutely perfect for you to interview and have them cooking on your show. So can I send that to you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, good. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Nice. Yes, it was about a year ago that you did about October, not last year, year before, when you did the oil, the tour, and people who were learning to make the oil or the wine, right?
Yes.
And then you've got an uncle or something over there who does each one of those. And that was the first time that you tried having you worked on the in-person stuff. She was over in Italy, and then the call just went out. Are you going to Italy? You want to try it and see what happens? Like it was good fun. And then we would get on HMP over in UK. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning for me, I'm like, I'll be there. And I was like, just say to them that, you know, if you want something different to do, come to Italy and hang out with me. We're going to my uncle's farm, we're making olive oil. You know, come with me, we're going to go make wine. And then people have said, oh, let's do it, Chiara.
There was Shirley, the one that ran the group from London. This lady was from London and she's never been to Italy before. And I thought that was absurd because I was like, you live in London, it's so close. And she was like, I'm coming. And when she finally arrived, I said, you know, what made you decide to come? She's like, well, I've never met anyone so passionate about something. So I thought this could be good. And so that was that was great.
Love it. That's it. You just got to go near to those people are that you want. And UK, I figure, you know, I don't know how much they travel, but it's not that far away compared to Australia where it's over a 24-hour flight. So, you know, just get them to cross the next continent and see if they'll come hang out with you. And really, that's what it was. It's not, Chiara had to learn to say, it wasn't so much that, do you want to learn how to do this? It was, hey, do you want to come and hang out with me while we do it together?
So
And
now
then
the website
that-
works. I connect people with locals there, so like you can have a look at the website, and it's not dependent on me. You can go whenever you like.
Yeah.
They all offer like their traditions. So basically, there's a whole range of different people doing weird and wonderful things that are all with the aim of continuing the local traditions, and it's unreal. So yeah, not only hanging out with me, hanging out with like the incredible locals that are doing amazing things.
That's cool. All right, I have a question. What's the most popular dish that's on Asagio, like that you hear about?
Ooh, I think it would be a tie between sugo and polpette, so sauce and meatballs, what you made, Misty, and also carbonata, which is basically a Sicilian dish made with eggplant and capsicum and a bunch of other ingredients. Super easy, really good side dish. There was an Italian lady that has origins in like with her family is Italian, and she made it, and she said that like her family just loved it, and she sent me a message because that's the best part of this. She sent me a message, and I told Nonna, and Nonna was like, oh, like she was so happy to hear that people were making her recipes, and yeah, so like that's the best part. But yeah, I'd say they're probably the two most popular ones.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Does anyone have a favorite Italian dish?
Oh, it would have to be meatballs for me. As a child, I lived with Italian people over the back fence, and we were a pretty friendly mob. My dad built a gate between the two properties, and they had a swimming pool, so there was a bonus for us. But the other bonus was that they would feed us the most delicious meatballs. And I've never had that experience before, so there must be something in the Italian recipe that made them so special.
You'll have to try these ones and see if compare the recipes.
Mm.
It's funny you say that, Kay. My nonna on the website, when you go to the table, when you click experiences, you can meet all of the grandparents. So like they've got little videos where they introduce themselves. And my nonna Lena, she made these biscuits that are called savoiardi. They're like the biscuits that you use to make tiramisu. So she would bake them, and that's literally what she did like almost every day. And she would give them to all of her neighbors, and it was so cute. She was like the biscuit nonna.
So there is a funny story in regards to where your nonna what she does with her wine.
Oh
Would you
yes,
want-
my nonna
someone
covered
to tell
my
everyone that?
yes. Guys, I have to watch the video to find out. But basically, she puts it in this funny bottle. It doesn't look like wine, and she's just got this like little label, and it's like wine because it's like they must get they get it in like a huge bottle. So then they distribute it amongst her and her sister and her brother-in-law. And so she has this funny looking bottle. And as we're doing the recipe, she's like, and we add a bit of wine, and you just see her grab this thing, and you're like, what is it?
It's like a sauce bottle. she's put the label on it, so you know what wine it is. Like she's put the label on it, and it's like, what happened to the wine bottle? But
Nothing wrong with a
Kara's,
bit of rakia in your pasta sauce.
say again, Tara.
Nothing wrong with a bit of rakia or that kind of thing in the pasta sauce.
No, nothing at all. But it's funny. But Kara said it dates back from back in Italy, back in the olden days, right? Is they used to just have a bottle, and then they'd go to whoever was doing wine, and they just fill it up in a bottle, and then they just do it. So then her nonna now has that. Like not the wine bottle, but it's already poured into a jar, ready to go. So it's still like the old thing. I really like it. It's very cool. So it definitely does have all these tiny little details, like these traditional Italian details that sort of sit in there. If you really watch it, you can see all these little things and ask questions on how did that come about? Why is she doing it like that? And she can, like your nonna can do, was it garlic or was it onion? Oh my God, she just gets a
Garlic.
knife and she goes, and like she just turns it into nothing, but she doesn't do it on a board and then puts it in. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I tried that. That's really hard.
That's pro level.
It is so pro level. I just get there on a board and chop it a two times. So yeah, that's impressive. All right. Thank you, Kiara, for being us
Thank you,
today.
Thanks,
And thank
everyone.
you everyone for participating. Thank you for all coming back out.